They have formed themselves as people, and they have their own opinions and principles. Yesterday's students are the qualified specialists of tomorrow who can compete on global markets. Those who graduate from the Bolashak Scholarship Program are creative, talented, and masters in their fields. And they are the future of our country, who have experience and knowledge. If you want to get to know the hard work and achievements of these qualified specialists, watch the program Bolashak on Kazakh TV. This is a house that is heated by the solar system. As we know, it is light from the sun. This is a type of innovative development. If this is simple sunlight and arranges only light, here we can also see that warm and hot water can be made as well. Comparatively, solar panels are producing only 20% of power, which is useful to the farm. Here, on the other hand, solar panels can collect 80%. The person who brought this device to our country is a graduate of the Bolashak Scholarship, Ayjan Stanbayeva. Ayjan Stanbayeva, 8th of October, 1983. She was born in Almaty. In 2000, she finished her secondary school number 127 in Almaty. In 2000, she was enrolled in the scholarship of the Almaty University of Power Engineering Telecommunications. In 2005, she graduated the university with excellent marks. And in 2007, she was enrolled in the Presidential Scholarship Bolashak program to the Stirling University in Scotland, and she received her master's degree with honors in 2008. In 2008 of April, she participated in the Educational International Olympiad, receiving the second place in London. Currently, she works as the director of the Central Asian Electric Power Corporation. Everyone was surprised that this girl chose the power industry in the beginning of 2000. But it was not an astonishment for Ayjan. If we have a look at her autobiography, since her childhood, she was always inquisitive and a capable girl who decided to choose this sphere, and it was in order. Ayjan told us that everything starts in the walls of the university. She pursued 2 higher educations at the university and also had a part-time job. Later, she went through the Bolashak Scholarship to Scotland. After successful graduation, she came back to Kazakhstan and started working in one of the largest companies, and also started to research electric power. In 2000, I went for a holiday in Turkey with my mother, and there I was introduced with alternative works of electrical power. I saw how they work in ordinary life, and I saw how they are very useful. Since that moment, I've had an interest in the research of solar power collectors.
Для себя я поняла, что это необходимо только для какого-то маленького частного дома, да. Но я понимала, что если мы хотим серьезно поменять.
At the beginning, I was introduced with a version which was produced in China. In regards to price, these Chinese models were very cost-effective. Subsequently, this sphere was developed professionally in our country, and I started to research European devices to work in large-scale manufacturing.
Китайских систем, потом я перешла на изучение технологий европейских.
Currently, coal, gas, and oil are part of the electrical power system of Kazakhstan, accounting for about 98% of energy. Wind and solar power have an equivalence of 1%. We are planning to take part in a renewable energy policy for 2050. As a purpose of this development of innovation, the Green Economy program started to work. There are people who develop the economy of the country, and also people who have prosperity of ecology, and they make their own projects in this sphere. And one of them is Ayjan. She told us that this project will not bring earnings as her business. The purpose of this program is a social project, which should bring benefit to Kazakhstan. In terms of alternative energy power, inside of them we have a social project called Social Heat and Water Heating System. It will not bring any earnings, but it gives me power and inspiration. I spend all of my free time trying to realize this project. Even weekends, where I should spend time with my family, I'm usually developing this project. Typically, through my project, I would like to bring a benefit to society and to put an effort towards the future of Kazakhstan. Currently, Ayjan is managing a project called Solar Heating and Water Heating. The company's main product that they offer is a solar system, which heats through the solar buildings and water, heating systems through the solar system. They are typically different from ordinary electric power. Aijan told us that solar energy or other equivalents of energetic power and solar power are often promoted. Typically, it should penetrate deeply.
На сегодняшний день на рынке
Subsequently, I came to the thought that I made my research work in this sphere, and all of the technologies which were offered in the market were directed towards water heating. And there are not any adjustments which show heat of the house and water at the same time. Typically, our technologies are innovative, and we can see it from here. Through this patented technology and through solar power, we can heat our house and at the same time heat our water.
смешивая эту воду техническую для отопления.
This is a small laboratory of the alternative energy power, where it was placed a device which Aijan brought to Kazakhstan. It gives heating equipment and warm water also opportunities in researching works and diploma projects to the students who study for their bachelor's and master's degree in physics. And scientists are able to provide experimental test work regarding to this device.
Бізде екі су гелий коллектор тұр. Сол гелий коллектор арқылы күннің
We have two water solar collectors. Through these solar collectors, when solar radiation falls, we put it under the earth as a pipe of solar collectors, and there is an ethylene glycol chemical stuff which is mixed with water in the pipe.
бізде этилен глюкол деген химиялық составпен сумен бірге араласқан жаңа зат бар. Сол сумен араласқан кездегі жаңа зат.
There are 2 liters of new things, and here in this cold water, 200 liters is in this cistern. Through the solar collectors, we heat the cold water with solar energy for 60 square meters of the laboratory, and the warm temperature will come to us from the floor.
Өзіміздің лабораториямыздың жылу полды біз екі комнаттық қамтамасыз еттік.
The university representative told us that this device is very useful. Swimming pool, which was built this year, will provide through the solar collectors heat, and water will be provided with water. The scientists are thankful to Aijan as she has opened opportunities to science and knowledge with this device.
Әріптестік біздікі уже мына 3 жылдан аса болады. Сол әріптестігіміз
We are colleagues for more than 3 years. She has her own level of professionalism. Owing to Aijan, we have a relationship with other countries as well.
арқасында біз Айжанмен танысып, Айжан басқа мемлекеттермен өте қатынасы бар. Сол басқа мемлекеттердің технологиясын біздің Қазақстанға
She brought to Kazakhstan the other countries' technology and researches new scientific projects.
жұмыстарын бізбен бірге осындай арқа сүйіп, сонымен бізбен бірге осындай жұмысты жасап жатыр.
When Aijan Stanbayeva brought this device first time to Kazakhstan, she put it in her parents' house. Here, our hero, before offering it to the people, first of all decided to use it in her own life and tested it out, as she told us.
Қызымыздың біздің еңбегімізді ақтағаны болар.
Our daughter has justified our work. When she placed this device, she returned back our kindness. The modern technology was used by us first. There is a saying that you should be a benefactor yourself and then to other people.
өзімізге қойып, әлдімен өзің жарылқа дейді, содан неге жарылқа дегендей.
The new and modern device was placed in our house. We were happy as our daughter grew up and she made good things.
Жақсылық жасап жатыр деп, сонда біз қатты бір қуанғанбыз.
Currently, these devices take place in a majority of houses in Almaty. As Aijan told us, the people are happy with the devices. Regarding to that, they can heat water for free. The guarantee of this device is 10 years, and it can be used for 25 years. Aijan is dreaming in the next 5 years to build a factory where she can produce solar collectors, and currently she is ordering them from Europe.
В ближайшие 5 лет я бы хотела бы построить какой-нибудь.
In the next 5 years, I dream of building a factory where I will produce solar collecting devices. But we need users who will trust this device and who will actually use it.
Системы в Казахстане. Но для этого нам нужно обеспечить стабильный сбыт. Я бы хотела бы организовать такой проект и его.
I would like to realize this project in the future. I'm ready to help if other people will build the factory so I can share my experience. Through this work, I would like to be useful for society.
если он будет у нас в Казахстане, и мы будем развивать это, то я принесу большую пользу для нашего общества.
An international exhibition of the Expo, which will be in 2017, is going to open an important theme of economic and ecology. Ayjan would like to introduce to the Kazakhstani people these solar collecting devices. But currently the exhibition program requires power of wind and solar batteries. Ayjan believes that this kind of important project will be introduced in Expo, and she hopes the factory will be built as well. In the future, this project will be my work and will become one of the world's companies, and she is thankful to the Bolashak scholarship, which gave her the opportunities.
Я, конечно, решила не упустить эту такую прекрасную возможность.
This scholarship gave the opportunity for young people to study abroad. I decided to apply through this program as it was a great opportunity.
Была возможность получить какое-то хорошее, отличное образование. Я подала, после чего прошла несколько этапов конкурса, собеседования.
After several exams, I was enrolled in the scholarship, and I went to Scotland for study.
Мне присудили этот грант. Поехала я учиться в Шотландию.
She was observant, and she studied very well. She showed her abilities as she would like to study at university. Ayjan believed in herself, and we also believed in her, as she will show herself there, and she graduated from the university with excellent marks. She received her master's degree and was enrolled through the Bolashak scholarship. We were very happy for her. The aspirations of education give bright future and opportunities, and this quality will not be noticed in the character of every person. Ayjan received her achievements regarding her aspiration. She studied at university and works in a large company. Owing to her aspiration, she also studied abroad. Every single minute of her free time, she uses it for her advantage. And currently, Ayjan manages her personal projects and works as the head of the department in one of the largest companies, where approximately more than 10,000 people work.
Она очень скрупулезный и очень ответственный человек. Она всегда пытается...
Ayjan is a risk manager and she manages this department. I can describe her as a person with a great responsibility and accurate.
Тем людям, которые ответственны за данный риск. Ayjan у нас заведует подразделением риска, риск-менеджер, руководитель этого департамента. Соответственно, в ее задаче как раз...
In any situation, she would like to see the truth. She is always doing her research works, and she would like to receive the right results and can show the truth. These characteristics describe her professionalism.
Очень глубоко всегда смотрит.
Subsequently, for this girl, the most important thing is to give birth and bring up her child. Ayjan is not only a top manager of a large company who makes an effort in developing the economy and ecology, she's also a social worker and a businesswoman. On top of all of that, she is also an exemplary mother. Currently, her family is growing up, and this little child would like to master 3 professions in the future. My mother is a very good person. She is the most beautiful and clever woman. She always presents me gifts. Ayjan is a person who took not only knowledge from abroad, but also brought useful projects to the prosperity of our country. Her parents said that they would like to have younger generations such as Ayjan in our country. We support these new technologies. We hope it will take place in Kazakhstan and that every part of the country will see such technologies. We should be on one level with other countries. May this new project grow in Kazakhstan. May our younger generation study these new technologies and learn them. And may they bring good things to our country. The family is the support of the government. Ayjan, who was brought up very well by her parents, believes that every person who lives in Kazakhstan should study, increase in their knowledge, and put their efforts towards developing the society. Despite the fact that her project doesn't bring forward earnings, she hopes to put her efforts forward to the prosperity and future of Kazakhstan.